Well, moments ago, Donald Trump officially canceling that scheduled meeting that we've been talking about this morning with the New York Times. It was supposed to happen today. And in a brand new tweet, the president-elect writes this: perhaps a new meeting will be set up with the Times. In the meantime, they continue to cover me inaccurately and with a nasty tone.
Oh, boy.
Former NFL player Tiki Barber knows all about dealing with the media. He
and the
joins
nasty
us
tone.
now.
You gotta have a thick skin, man.
What's your reaction?
President now. You know, I understand where he's coming from, but sometimes these visceral reactions and when you let emotion get in the way, you end up regretting what you say. You don't see things with clarity when you let emotion dictate your responses. Well, this will pass, obviously. Hopefully it becomes more presidential in his reactions to some of the negativity that surrounds him.
Because it's not going to go away.
It's not going to go away. It never goes away. And why would you want it to go away? It makes it relevant still, right?
But one of the unique things about the way Donald Trump has handled his president electedness so far is he's got the Twitter machine where he can bypass us. He just goes right over our heads and gets right into the people's smartphones.
But that's how I think America consumes the world nowadays. And so he's smart to engage that way. You just wonder sometimes if he's too quick to respond.
But wait a minute, but they did so many negative articles on him. So I understand what you're saying. It's one article, two articles, but it was continuous.
But it obviously didn't have an effect.
No, it didn't.
America still won. The electoral college at least elected him. He didn't win the popular.
Maybe they were irrelevant.
Hey, real quick, let's talk about Mexico City last night. The NFL went there for the first time in 11 years, and during the game, before the game actually started, the Raiders were victorious, I believe, over the Texans. There was anti-gay chants there.
There was a lot.
All the players were told, "Don't leave the stadium. You're not allowed to go anywhere." What is it like for a player to go to another country and feel this way?
I never played in another country, but I can imagine that it's kind of treacherous. One, the altitude is extraordinarily high. It's 7,000, almost 7,300 feet. So you're playing in an environment that you're not used to. You're told not to drink the water. You're told not to eat the food.
Sounds great. Why did they go?
Exactly. Well, it's the expansion of the game. New markets, new individuals to market to. And so I understand why you play the game internationally, but I often wonder if it's the best thing for the players.
Why the anti-gay chant?
I don't know. Sometimes it's random. I thought there was going to be a lot of anti-Trump chants, to be honest with you, but the Mexicans were very respectful.
Let's talk a little bit about Love Without Words.
Yeah, Love Without Words is a campaign that Culture City, an organization I'm on the board of, has launched to create a sensory inclusive initiative. Our current partner is the Cleveland Cavaliers and Oracle Arena. A lot of kids with autism are nonverbal and they can't express their love. Love Without Words is a campaign that will raise funds to create these sensory initiative, sensitive spaces across the world.
What's your connection to autism?
So my best friend, Chris, his son Mason, was diagnosed with autism a couple of years ago, and I didn't know what to do. Fortunately, I got hooked up with Julian and Michelle Maha, who started an organization called Culture City. I just ran a marathon with them. I've done a few different initiatives with them. Life Box, which helps save kids' lives who wander. And Love Without Words is our latest initiative to raise some funds to create these spaces. Awareness is one thing. Acceptance is another. If I tell you your house is on fire, that's being aware. If you're going to, whatever you're going to do next, that's acceptance.
I know Kimberly Guilfoyle, our friend Kimberly, and Geraldo have been very involved in this too. There's Kimberly.
So the call to action is easy. Go to culturecity.org. Show us how you show love without words.
I think that's beautiful.
It's amazing what autism hits too. You have Dan Marino in football, and you have Doug Flutie in football, both with sons.
It's 1.5% of children, which is 1 in 68 of children are affected or on the autism spectrum.
Tiki, do you have a comeback to announce? Because you were in great shape.
No.
What's going on with you?
I'm running a lot, man. I weigh like my brother's size. I weigh like 180.
Run, football.
I'm all over the place now.
What
and I have
you
6 kids.
Oh, man, oh, man.
That's why I look young.
All right. Tiki, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Great to see you guys.